The 6 o'clock news starts right now.
A former John Jay High School student charged with murder one step closer to heading to trial. Jesus San Miguel is accused of fatally stabbing another student off campus during a lunch break.
Well, a trial date has been set. Our Erica Hernandez reports that a plea deal is still possible.
A lunchtime brawl at this restaurant off Marbach last year ended with 18-year-old Joshua Eugene Kinnaman being fatally stabbed. According to an arrest affidavit, Kinnaman, along with then 18-year-old Jesus San Miguel, sat at a booth and ordered food. Surveillance video shows at some point the two started to argue. San Miguel apparently could be heard saying, "Let's go," and the two exited the restaurant. The affidavit states Kinnaman aggressively shoved San Miguel, who then allegedly took out a knife and stabbed him in the torso. It's been a little over 6 months since San Miguel was arrested, but now he's entering the 226 District Court while out on bond, and a potential trial date is being set for this fall. Jury selection is scheduled for September 27th with testimony to begin on October 7th. But ahead of trial, a plea deal is still possible.
We're still confirmed. We still want to talk one more time.
Defense attorney Charles Bunk and the state have until jury selection to work on that deal. If one is not agreed upon, San Miguel is facing up to life in prison if found guilty by a jury. Erica Hernandez, KSAT 12 News.
The feds announced a plan today to take aim in Texas at devices that can convert semi-automatic weapons into fully automatic machine guns. It's called Operation Texas Kill Switch. It's the work of the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, or the ATF, and 4 U.S. attorneys in Texas. Switches are small pieces of plastic or metal that can be bought online or made with a 3D printer. They can turn a legal handgun into an illegal machine gun under federal definitions. We went to a local gun range to see the difference.
I don't think I hit the steel but one time on that one.
So the feds are offering cash rewards for tips that lead to the prosecution of people who have these switches or 3D printers used to make them.
The possession of a machine gun, including the possession of a switch itself, is illegal and carries the maximum sentence of 10 years in federal prison. Unfortunately, we've seen a sharp increase in the number of switches on our streets across Texas, and they are alarmingly popular among juveniles.
So from now through the end of August, Crime Stoppers will be accepting anonymous tips about this. We have information on how to submit them on our website at ksat.com.
Tonight, San Antonio police are trying to find the person who shot a teenager that was just sitting in a car. Shooting happened about midnight, the 6600 block of Loop 1604, not far from Calabria Road on the far west side. Officers say the 16-year-old had just left work, got into the car. SAPD says the suspect shot at least half a dozen times from outside that vehicle. The teenager hit twice. We're told the victim expected to recover. Right now, police have no description of the suspect.
Tonight, San Antonio police are also investigating a deadly hit and run near downtown. This happened around 11:30 last night on East Commerce Street near South Hackberry and the Alamo Dome. According to SAPD, a man in his 50s was crossing Commerce when he was hit by an SUV. Police say the person driving that SUV did not stop to help. The victim died there at the scene. So far, no arrests have been made.
Some much needed rain fell across our viewing area last night, but it didn't come without some minor damage out there. This was sent to us from a viewer in Von Ormy. You can see the winds knocked over some fences in his neighborhood.
Yeah, you can hear that storm. Take a look at this video shot by a KSAT employee. You can see the wind from last night's storms blew over some power lines near the Toyota plant on the city's south side.
Yeah, I want to point out no major injuries, no injuries actually have been reported from all that. But good beneficial rain for a lot of places that didn't get it previously, Sarah.
Very good rain, Steve and Myra. In fact, 4 inches of rain for some places in San Antonio. Now, while some did see some wind damage, the vast majority of this morning, we're driving through some pretty rained out roads. And as we look at the authority radar right now, all we've got going on are some isolated storms. There's an isolated storm there just north of Luling. These are fueled by the daytime heat. So as we lose the heat, once we see sunset, we're going to see our storm chances go down for the evening. But until then, there's still a 20% chance for an isolated shower or storm. We're going to be looking at 82 degrees by about midnight. Now, when we're talking about the weather in just a few minutes, I want to mention that storms are possible once again tomorrow and Wednesday, but it all depends on where the leftover storms from West Texas and the Panhandle go. Can they make it to San Antonio? It's possible. And then I'll have a look ahead to Father's Day weekend when we're going to be back in the triple digits. Plus, a look at some of your pictures that you sent in through KSAT Connect and a neighborhood view of rainfall totals.
I like it. Thank you, Sarah. Still evidence of some rainfall out there, and we've been kind of updating this picture throughout the day. If you look at the access road off to the left, you can see that access road shut down right now because of all the water that's over the roadway. This is 90 at Leon Creek. Usually happens in this area when we get heavy rainfall, but I think it's been a while since we've actually got enough for this to happen. You can see Wolf Stadium off there in the distance. Give you an idea where we're talking about. 90 at Leon Creek, the access road still closed down after this morning's storms.
Meantime, if you plan on traveling to the northeast side tonight or early tomorrow morning, expect some delays on I-35. Both the north and southbound lanes from Judson Road to Pat Booker Road will be closed starting at 8 tonight and lasting until 5 a.m. tomorrow. TxDOT is asking people to follow the detour signs. Crews will be working along I-35 throughout the rest of this week.
It is a program to prevent violence in our community by showing love and attention to fathers. The Fatherhood campaign has helped thousands of local dads deal with their own trauma, learn about healthy relationships, and hopefully become incredible parents.
The director tells Courtney Friedman how their support, their classes, and their hotline are working to stop the cycle of violence in San Antonio and beyond.
I grew up in the inner city, San Antonio, 78207 area. I was a child in a family violent home, very, very intense home. Now, couple that with an intense violent community and then lack of resources. I shouldn't be here right now.
Survivor Frank Castro has spent his career trying to pour love back into communities like his by focusing on one thing.
Why fatherhood? Why is that specific pillar so crucial?
We know, and studies have shown, that father involvement is very critical in so many different areas, from academic achievement to success in life.
Experts on violence will say those who grew up in violent areas or violent families are more likely to have violence in their lives later.
Right, unless we talk about it in a healthy and helpful way. But we have to be willing to be vulnerable.
So 24 years ago, Castro created a space for that vulnerability, the San Antonio Fatherhood Campaign.
We can have discussions about how do I parent my child, to issues of domestic violence, to child wellness.
That can be in a classroom or counseling setting or just over a cup of coffee.
I myself have seen over 10,000 men that I have provided workshops, classes, mentoring.
Most of that starts with a phone call.
And we get as many as 400 calls a month. It's a hotline where you can just ask a question. You don't even have to come in. You can do it anonymously and say, this is what's going on. What do you guys suggest? What do you guys recommend?
And this is the office where men can physically come to get their resources. Rooms like this can double as counseling rooms. And as you can see, resources like diapers, always available.
And every year on Father's Day weekend, the entire network gathers for the Father's Day Fiesta, a big celebration surrounded by resources and true fellowship.
Men actually honor other men by letting them know, I've seen you as a member of our community, as a role model.
Dads of all kinds accepting that praise in front of the next generation who will truly know fatherly love. Courtney Friedman, KSAT 12 News.
Wow, what a program. All right, the Father's Day Fiesta this Saturday, June 15th from 9:30 to 12:30 at Opportunity Home Park. There are going to be food, music, crafts, games, awards, and tons of family resources. What is the best way to learn something? A lot of people would say by doing it. That's the exact opportunity that dozens of interns are getting from the Students Plus Startups internship program. 39 companies working with 73 interns to give them hands-on job experience. Trinity University engineering student Legend Grigsby interning with Big Sun Solar. The company builds solar projects throughout Texas, including the ones you see at the Pearl, Goodwill retail stores, and even restaurants like Viola's Ventanas.
I'm doing a whole lot of CAD work, which is really testing some of my skills from Trinity, and I'm learning a lot of new ones here.
We want the intern to have a real work experience so they can go back to school, they can go back to their long-term interview process with real credit, real work to talk about. And so that helps them build their resume and their skill set.
The internship program, founded in 2016 in partnership between the San Antonio Area Foundation, 80/20 Foundation, Geekdom, and local universities. In addition to the on-the-job experience, it's also a paid internship, which is probably coming in handy for the summer.
Yeah, I'd say so. Happening later this week, Doc Talk. Here's how it works. You scan this QR code and type in any medical question, any health question you would like us to ask a local doctor. That doctor will join us right here at KSAT on the news at 6:30 to answer it. Doc Talk airs every Thursday on the news at 6:30.
I do use my vehicle, as you can see. I'm driving my vehicle.
You started to use it again after we reached out for an interview.
Collecting funds while catching a ride. KSAT investigates what Bexar County District Attorney Joe Gonzalez is doing with a $9,000 car allowance that's supposed to be used for his personal vehicle. That's tonight at 6:30.
But coming up after the break, see how people at Phil Hardberger Park are making sure students are still learning while being out on summer vacation.
First, let's take a look outside with live cam. The sun is out right now, but there is still another possibility for some rain. Meteorologist Sarah Spivey has more on those chances coming up.
Assaulted and carjacked. According to police, the victim pulled over to give a panhandler money. Tonight on the Light Beat, the message from the chief and what nonprofits say you can do to give back safely.
Have you ever heard of the summer slide? That's when students tend to lose or forget some of the things they learned while they're on break.
Yeah, so how can you help them keep on learning in a fun way? As Patty Santos tells us, people at Phil Hardberger Park have some ideas on how to beat the summer slide.
We have a lot of fun things coming up here at Hardberger Park.
Summer's out, but that doesn't mean the learning stops.
Taking kids out in nature, getting them off of the computer or the cell phone or the tablet is a win-win in every way you look at it.
David Jimenez, Education Coordinator for San Antonio Parks and Recreation Natural Areas Division, is gearing up for a busy summer of activities, starting off with a Pride Hike June 15th, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m.
Nature itself is very diverse, and a healthy ecosystem has all kinds of plants and animals, and we like to celebrate the diversity both in nature and in our community here.
There's also a cool shirt you can sport. Sales for the wear will benefit the park. Every first Thursday of the month, there's story time at 10 a.m. But in July, it will be the second Thursday due to the holiday.
Just wear comfortable clothes and dress for the weather. We do story time in our outside nature play area, so it's a shaded playground area. And as long as you're comfortable, everything else is provided.
How about something for the bigger kids? Get them up early for a nature walk on June 22nd at 8 a.m.
This month, we're going to talk about native plants that you can have at home and how they support different native wildlife.
And my kids' favorite, growing up wild and starting out wild. There are 7 of these sessions.
And those classes look like a short nature lesson, a story, a snack, a craft, and a little nature walk. And they're a lot of fun, and those usually have a good turnout.
To wrap up June, how about some art in the park?
And this month's theme for art in the park is nature mobiles. So we're going to be making some hanging, free spinning artworks.
Patty Santos, KSAT 12 News.
A reminder, all of those events are free. You can find out the hours and other events at their website at philhardbergerpark.org.
Between the parks and our libraries around here, there's plenty to do in the summer.
Yeah, I heard summer slide. I was thinking slipper slide. Remember how fun those were when you were a kid?
Summer slide.
It's a little different, but the whole slide in summer kind of got me thinking.
Yeah. You know, the rain would have helped out with that this morning, I guess.
Could also be a dance move.
Yeah, it could be.
I saw
the
that
summer slide.
while the story was playing. There was a slider over here. Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, see, there you go.
I see.
He asked me if that was a summer slide. I said it's a slide.
It is.
It's a slide.
Some people wear slides.
I do see a 6 o'clock dance ensemble in our future, guys, so get ready.
Oh, no.
Don't hold your breath for that one, though. Yeah.
I do want
Great weather, though, today.
Oh, it's so good that we got some rain. You know, we did have some issues with some storm damage in localized areas and also a really messy morning commute on the roads, but how about that rain? I mean, take a look at this rain gauge. That was in far west San Antonio, about 5 inches of rain full to the brim there on that rain gauge. These are all pictures sent into our KSAT Connect by you, our viewers, so thank you. Here's another picture. This is near Helotes, 4 inches of rainfall. And again, I want to mention there were some issues on the roads, and this is an important reminder to turn around, don't drown. This is at 410 and 151, one of those areas that frequently floods whenever we get a lot of rain in a short amount of time. We were able to quickly send out notifications on where those closures were this morning. So make sure you have the KSAT Weather Authority app downloaded, because we're able to send information right to your phone. I want to take a closer look here at some of the rainfall amounts over the last 24 hours. We had 1 round last night and 1 round this morning. Take a look in Kirk County, in northern Kirk County, 5 inches of rain. Near Lakey, 3.5 inches of rain. Near Tarpley, about 2 inches of rain. And it's really impressive when you look at exactly where some of the worst drought is around San Antonio. We see some of the worst drought across areas in the hill country. So again, it's really good news that we were able to see some of that rain in the San Antonio area. Let's go ahead and take a closer view here around San Antonio, because eastern San Antonio really only saw about 1/4 of an inch of rainfall. But where you see all of these oranges and reds, that's where up to 4 inches of rain fell. And at the airport, we got about 87/100ths of an inch of rain. So the rain really did benefit those off to the west more than it did to those in the east. But the good news is, out to the west, that's where drought is the worst. So we are looking at some improvement there. I want to take a quick check of the radar right now to show you that it's fairly quiet around San Antonio. We do have some isolated storms in northern Kirk County, right near Mountain Home again, and then areas nearer to Luling. But tonight, we only have a 20% chance for an isolated storm through sunset. In the coming days, we're going to be paying very close attention to what develops in the Panhandle, because that has a possibility and a potential, like it did this morning, to make it all the way to San Antonio. We hold that chance at 30%. They really got to hold on through the evening hours to make it to us, and there's a 30% chance of that happening. Otherwise, that high, which is directing the rain our way, is actually going to build over in the coming days. And so that means the heat is going to be on after our chance for rain tomorrow and on Wednesday, because we'll be back to about 100 degrees by Sunday and Monday. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at that 7-day forecast. 30% chance tomorrow, 30% chance on Wednesday. I'm going to walk you through an hour-by-hour forecast tomorrow, because that rain is going to come first in the morning and then in the afternoon. And then by the weekend, we're going to be back to the triple digits for Father's Day.
Yeah, a little bit of heat for dads. Thank you, Sarah.
Just what dads like.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. How about those Brahmas?
Yeah.
They go on the road and win their first ever playoff game.
Yes, incredible. The United Football League Championship is now set. Thanks to that matchup, the Brahmas will square off against Birmingham this Sunday, Father's Day, for the title after the Brahmas bested the Battlehawks last night. And over the weekend, the news dropped that Manny Pacquiao wants to fight San Antonio's Mario Barrios. The latest details and what Barrios has to say about the possibility after the break.
San Antonio wins the XFL Conference Championship for Wade Phillips.
Goosebumps. The Brahmas went 3-7 last year and missed the playoffs this year under the new UFL Super Bowl champion head coach Wade Phillips has turned the team around, and his team will play for the league title in big board sports. The San Antonio Brahmas are champions of the XFL Conference and will play for the USL Championship this Sunday. The Brahmas rushed for a season-best 213 yards and racked up 9 tackles for loss with 4 sacks last night to down their rivals St. Louis on the Battlehawks' home turf. It was an all-around effort for San Antonio as they captured their first postseason win in franchise history, also avenging getting swept by St. Louis during the regular season.
Our defense basically played 3 playoff games in a row. Gave up 13 one week, 9 against Birmingham, and really 9 this game. So our defense has been playing outstanding.
Again, the UFL Championship is slated for this Sunday in St. Louis against the USL Conference champions Birmingham. The Brahmas are the only team to defeat the Stallions in the regular season. It was an 18-9 win for San Antonio just 3 weeks ago.
To us, I don't think we really realize what we've done. Maybe in the future we'll probably look back and say, wow, we're state champs.
It's nice to know that that little kids look up to us like we used to when we were little, look up to the older girls.
4 times for Weslaco and the entire RGV as Weslaco celebrated their first ever 6A state softball title. We caught up with Clarissa Mejia and Andrea Ortiz to talk about the state championship. You can catch an awesome in-depth interview with our web news producer Nate Cotiso right now on the BGC page of KSAT.com. Well, it felt like we were bound to see the Texas A&M baseball team and Oregon duke it out in a win-or-go-home Game 3 for much of last night's game, but instead the Aggies swept the Ducks in the Bryan College Station Super Regional thanks to a 9-run A&M outburst in the 7th inning, highlighted by this Caden Kent grand slam. The 15-9 win propelling the Aggies to Omaha, where the action is set to begin on Friday, the College World Series. The Aggies have been there before, but have not yet won the banner. It's the fight no one had planned for 2024. Former world champion Manny Pacquiao has his eyes on San Antonio's own Mario Barrios for a title fight this fall. 45-year-old Pacquiao says the fight for the WBC welterweight title is not yet materialized as both camps are still under negotiation. Barrios, a.k.a. El Azteca, told KSAT 12 Sports over the weekend he's excited at the possibility of fighting Pac-Man. Adding Pacquiao is someone he grew up looking up to. For more on this story, head to the sports page on KSAT.com. Instant Replay producer Daniel Villanueva wrote a nice piece on the status and details of this potential fight. Would be an awesome one if it happened.
A big name fight.
Big name. Oh, yeah.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Can they have it here?
Hopefully. That'd be awesome. Probably Las Vegas.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Thank you, Mary. A $9,000 a year car allowance for the Bexar County District Attorney is raising some eyebrows after footage showed him being driven to work week after week. After the break, KSAT investigates how not everyone is on board with the DA collecting that money while catching a ride. Bexar County District Attorney Joe Gonzalez on the defensive about his $9,000 a year car allowance.
Yeah, even as KSAT investigates, recorded him week after week being driven around by his executive security detail.
I work for the citizens of Bexar County. I don't work for Dylan Collier. I don't work for KSAT.
I am a citizen of Bexar County.
Well, I understand,
you do work
but you are one of 2 million people. And if you don't like how I'm doing my job, then when re-election comes along, guess what? You can show up and you can vote for my opponent.
As Dylan Collier reports, not everyone on board with the DA collecting funds while catching a ride.
On a morning in early March, a familiar scene played out at the Bexar County Justice Center. A black Ford Expedition Max pulled into the executive parking lot with District Attorney Joe Gonzalez riding shotgun. It's a pattern KSAT recorded time and again this spring. In fact, we didn't see the DA in his personal vehicle at all until shortly after KSAT reached out for an interview for this story. Gonzalez is among 39 district attorney employees eligible for a car allowance, and according to public records, is the only one on this list who also collects a 6-figure salary. The DA's vehicle stipend of $9,000 a year breaks down to $750 a month.
There's some substance to be concerned here. That's a fairly
healthy amount to spend on a car that I think ought to concern most taxpayers, a lot of whom can't afford gas, groceries, and rent right now.
James Quintero is a policy director with the Texas Public Policy Foundation. His Austin-based think tank tracked population and inflation growth versus property tax increases in major Texas counties from 2018 to 2022. According to the metric, Bexar County is among the jurisdictions overtaxing its citizens.
Out of which you see shenanigans like this.
Gonzalez declined an interview request for this story. In a statement, DA spokesman Pete Gallego wrote that security details for elected officials are common and that Gonzalez prosecutes dangerous criminals. Quote, unfortunately, our district attorney has received numerous credible death threats related to his personal safety. His protective detail determines whether a threat is legitimate and decides as to those periods of time when he should be escorted. For his own safety and security, District Attorney Joe Gonzalez relies on the determinations made by his protective detail because they are specially trained law enforcement officers. Gallego's statement did not address the DA's decision to continue collecting the car allowance, even for periods when he's not driving. Neither did a follow-up letter sent days later from Gallego to KSAT's general manager, requesting we redact any of our video that identifies the DA's personal residence. No such video exists. Last month, as Gonzalez arrived to work, we attempted to ask him about the auto stipend.
District Attorney, is it right for you to accept a car allowance?
After a member of his security detail jumped into the passenger seat, Gonzalez drove off, then parked at the opposite end of the lot before turning around and finally agreeing to talk with us.
He's on the phone right now. He's off the phone now.
So I understand the heightened security and the need for the security detail, but the just flatly taking the $9,000 a year, I mean, isn't that something where, you know, some of that should go back if you're getting a ride everywhere for weeks on end, which is, you know, what we have footage of?
Well, it's not getting a ride. I mean, you're making it sound like these gentlemen are Uber drivers. This is my my executive protection. I've had several death threats beginning the start of my administration. I accept the allowance because I do use my vehicle. As you can see, I'm driving my vehicle.
You started to use it again after we reached out for an interview.
I've been using my vehicle ever since I started here, particularly, for example, like COVID. I mean, I was driving myself in practically every day when my staff was at home.
Gonzalez went on to say the county has no rule regulating the amount he uses a security detail, and that at one point during his tenure, he had to lock down his home for several days after an individual who threatened him figured out where he lives.
I'm the only county official that makes decisions that are literally life and death. We send people to prison.
Taxpayers may not like that you accept the car allowance while getting a ride, being with your security detail, start, end of the day.
Well, it's not a matter of convenience, it's a matter of security. I'm not doing it because I don't want to drive.
Days after this interview, two attorneys representing Gonzalez emailed KSAT management, again falsely accusing the station of gathering footage of the DA's home and raising new concerns about KSAT recording video of his personal vehicle and the location where he typically parks. One attorney cited sections of the Texas Public Information Act that allow public entities to withhold the personal information of law enforcement officers, including district attorneys. The exemptions, however, don't prohibit us from reporting on issues of legitimate public concern. For Quintero, he says it's another oversaturation of government spending.
Look, no one's saying that we shouldn't pay our public servants adequately, but there is a threshold beyond which it gets a bit ridiculous, and I think we're here in that circumstance.
For KSAT Investigates, I'm Dylan Collier.
According to county records, the $9,000 stipend has been in place since Gonzalez took office, meaning he's collected around $50,000 since being sworn in nearly 5.5 years ago. We'll be right back.
Here's a question for you. When you use your credit card to eat or get gas, are you getting cash back?
There are a lot of credit cards that offer rewards. 12 on your side's Marilyn Moritz breaks down which ones have the best perks.
If you're going to use a credit card, why not make it work for you? Alex Joyce does. He travels a lot.
Having a credit card that has travel benefits is really helpful. For example, my American Express card gives me access to the airport lounge, which is pretty sweet.
So think, what perks work for you? Maybe it's grocery money. With the Blue Cash Preferred Card from American Express, you get 6% cash back annually on up to $6,000 in groceries. The Capital One Walmart Rewards Card pays 5% back on orders placed on the store's website, and it pays 5% back on store purchases for a year when you use Walmart Pay. Fuel up a lot? A gas card like the ExxonMobil Smart Card Plus will save you 10 to 12 cents a gallon.
If you're a Warehouse Club member, those can be great options too.
The Costco Anywhere Visa gives you 4% cash back on gas and EV charging, and you get 3% back on restaurants, car rentals, airfare, hotels, and trips booked through Costco Travel. Sam's Club MasterCard gives 5% back on gas up to $6,000 a year, plus 3% back on dining and takeout. If you shop the San Marcos Premium Outlet a lot, the Simon American Express card offers 5% cash back on your purchases.
Perks are great, but if you carry a balance, you could end up paying more in interest than you're getting back in rewards. Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
News around America now. A shot that combines the COVID-19 and flu vaccines could be coming. Moderna says its combination vaccine showed positive late-stage trial results. The company says people who got the vaccine had an improved immune response compared with those who got the standalone flu and COVID shots that are available now. In terms of safety, Moderna says the combo shot was well tolerated. The most common complaints were pain at the injection site, tiredness, muscle pain, and headaches.
The summer storm season just ramping up, and the Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, they're running out of money already. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration now reports the U.S. has already been hit with 11 extreme disasters so far this year. Combined, those costs add up to a price tag of more than $25 billion. According to one report, the agency could have a shortfall of more than $1.3 billion in August. A FEMA spokesperson says the agency working with Congress to address the funding issue.
Good for us to see some storms around here. Thankfully, no major problems caused by that, but it was good rain, Sarah.
Yeah, very good rain. We did have some minor damage from some downed trees here and there and some flooding issues earlier this morning, but really, we need the rain. We're under extreme drought in areas. We only have a 20% chance tonight for an isolated shower through sunset at 8:34. Otherwise, it's going to be a quiet evening, mostly clear and 82 by midnight. Storms are possible tomorrow and Wednesday. It all depends on where the leftover storms from West Texas head. They have a chance to hold on and make it to San Antonio. We'll talk about that. I'll give you an hour-by-hour walkthrough of when rain is more possible tomorrow. And we'll talk about a sizzling Father's Day weekend ahead.
It kind of seems like we're in a pattern where east of San Antonio was getting a lot of rain, but that kind of changed overnight, literally overnight.
Yeah, it flipped overnight, and early this morning we saw some storms, especially for those in western Bexar County. San Antonio and points west saw a lot of rain. We're going to take a look at neighborhood rainfall views here in just a bit, but first I want to tell you how the day went. We got up to 94 degrees. Not too hot considering how hot it was over the weekend, and we saw 87/100ths of an inch of rain at the airport. That was just one location. Take a look at rainfall across the KSAT 12 viewing area near Mountain Home. Almost 5 inches of rain. That's in northern Kerr County, by the way. Near Los Maples, 3 inches of rain, 3 inches of rain in Utopia, 2 inches of rain near Medina, 3 inches of rain near Hondo. And there was a pretty large difference in Bexar County depending on where you live. Take a look at this. Schertz, only about 1/4 of an inch of rain, but out west toward the SeaWorld area, more than 4 inches of rainfall. We can actually take a closer look at some of those areas. Helotes, 2.5 inches of rain. Northwestern Bexar County near the rim, about 2.5 inches of rain there. Right near Taft High School, Bullseye, 4 inches of rain there. About 2.5 inches of rain near Holmes High School, and about 2.5 inches of rain near the Medical Center. Generally, areas across central Bexar County, downtown, the airport, about an inch of rainfall there. And I want to show you a recap of that. Here's a look at last night and this morning's radar. This is last night at 8 o'clock. You can notice some leftover storms from Junction actually made it to San Antonio. Luck of the draw, we got some good rain there and we weren't done. Some leftover storms near San Angelo made it all the way to San Antonio. The last couple of rain events have really been up near the Dallas-Fort Worth area in Houston, so it's nice that we were able to get on some of the action. And it's all because of where the upper level high pressure system is right now. That's right over parts of Mexico, and so that high is directing our upper level winds so that any storms that develop in the Panhandle have the potential to make it to San Antonio. Now, I say potential because that's a long distance from Lubbock all the way to San Antonio. Some of those storms fizzle out before they make it to us, but we have about a 30% chance of those storms making it to us by tomorrow morning. Again, by about midnight, we'll see some storms near San Angelo. They could hold on and make it to San Antonio, or they could fizzle out. It's a 30% chance, but be ready in the morning to have another damp morning commute. Maybe not as bad as this morning, but you're going to want to check in with us early on GMSA and on the KSAT Weather Authority app to look at the radar. Again, this is tomorrow at about 6 o'clock in the morning. They could hold on and make it to San Antonio in time for the morning commute. Then as we head into the afternoon, again, a few leftover storms are possible. It's about a 30% chance in the later afternoon and early evening hours. And a lot like today, when we lose the daytime heating, these storms lose their oomph and they end up dying down. So that's going to be the possibility tomorrow too. So when we look at rain chances, that possibility is there tomorrow and on Wednesday at about 30%. Walking you through your KSAT 12-hour forecast for the early morning hours, yes, a 30% chance during the morning commute. Keep that in mind. Give yourself an extra 15 minutes just in case. As we head toward 10, we'll see less of a rain chance, only 20% by lunch when we're near 90 degrees. And then we'll see our storm chances pick back up to 30% pretty much after 3 p.m. and lasting until sunset. A lot like today. I don't expect it to be too hot in the afternoon, right around 94, 95 for the high temperature. Same story on Wednesday, a ditto day on Wednesday. Then by Thursday and Friday, we really start to see the heat work its way back up. We'll have mostly sunny skies. It'll be humid too because now the ground is saturated. That we'll see that humidity stay high. And by Father's Day, 100 degrees for the afternoon temperature. Hey, at least it'll be a good day for Dad to enjoy some time out by the pool or who knows.
Or the air conditioning.
Yes,
or the air conditioning. Yeah, one of those.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Sarah.
We're talking about a puppy in a tight spot when we come back.
A puppy in Arizona tried on a new collar for size, but the poor guy got stuck. This is Zeus. He just wanted a new accessory, but tire rims are not meant to be worn. Little guy, his head got stuck.
Yeah, not only his head, you see like one of his legs is through there too. A firefighter was called to the rescue. He was able to free Zeus from his too tight collar and performed a quick puppy medical exam. Zeus is loose. Zeus is going to be just fine as long as he stays away from tires.
Cute little face.
Yeah, the nation's only floating zip code celebrated its 150th anniversary in Detroit. This is the J.W. Westcott Company. They deliver mail and packages to ships up and down the Detroit River.
I didn't know this was a thing. The way it delivers the mail is by lowering a bucket with the goods to the other ship, and then any outgoing mail is then dropped into that bucket. Pretty simple, right?
Yeah.
In case you were wondering, the zip code for the J.W. Westcott is 48222.
I was wondering that.
Yeah, write that down.
Yeah.
One man in California went from homeless to college graduate. Christopher Bryant just received his associate degree from Long Beach City College and is headed to UCLA on a scholarship. Things were a lot different for the 39-year-old just a few years ago, though. Bryant's journey included a few run-ins with the law, some struggles with sobriety, a layoff during COVID, and homelessness.
Yeah, for a time, he lived out of his car that he parked right across the street from the college. One day he decided to enroll in classes. His life began to turn around thanks to support from the campus community. Now that he has his 2-year associates, Bryant says he plans to study law at UCLA.
A big smile says it all.
Absolutely. We'll be right back.
Still monitoring for an isolated storm to develop through sunset. The chance is only 20%, but you can see out near Kyle, we're seeing a storm and then a little bit of other development out near Fredericksburg as well. So we'll keep an eye on things for you. Otherwise, we have a small 30% chance for a storm tomorrow and on Wednesday, mainly in the morning and then again in the evening hours. So keep your fingers crossed for a little bit of extra rain. We could use it before we're back to the triple digits by Sunday.
Yes, we could. Thank you, Sarah. And thank you for watching the news at 6.
See you on the Night Beat.